Hey everyone, maybe you guys remember this location from about a month ago. The beavers had this water up to the road, which is 4 feet deeper in this pond than it currently is. We came out here to try to unclog it. We're unsuccessful because there was so much debris pushed in there by the grader. The grate just couldn't be lifted up. In fact, the grate broke while trying to lift it out of there. Right here where I'm parked was all flooded out. And you can see with excavators, they came in here, dredged this a little bit. But that was already partially dredged last time we came out. But I remember this place from years ago. There was so much debris there that there was always a pool. But you can tell they made a good slice there into the woods. They still got the cones here because maybe I'm expecting the beaver trapper is supposed to be coming out here. So maybe they were already trapped, maybe not. But last time we came here, they got the water up to the road. And if they plug this brand new structure, which is pretty cool, it'll easily happen again. So they put a pretty cool structure in here that we don't see often here in the east. Saw a bunch of these types out west, especially in farmers' irrigation ditches where they got a lot of muskrats, which are more of a problem out there than beavers. So here, this thing here gives them a little bit more surface area, makes it a little bit harder to clog because they got to clog all the way around it instead of just a pipe. Just a pipe, they could cram it in there pretty fast. It buys time. And the end right there, it looks like they could even put a smaller pipe going out to a beaver deceiver. So when they plug this, it still has a way to leak through it, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen one of these put in out here it's been a while. They got this tall pole, because the water could potentially be up to where my feet are when it starts crossing over. I have a picture in my community tab if anyone's interested from like a month ago. It'll be easy to find. I don't post much there. This road, I have a picture of it right up, just about to go over the crown, which was pretty cool. And right here, this is so they can find their cable and rip it out with an excavator. Now they finally got a proper system. Last time I was out here, they had a temporary thing. They had a bypass going out. It wasn't attached to a beaver deceiver, so it wouldn't have tricked the beaver. I know that's what they were going for, and I know it was temporary, but it just would not have worked. So this is even deeper than the pond typically is. I can still see grass that's underwater. But over here, why did that die out? I'm pretty sure that's where the beavers have been excavating. They come over here. They've been grabbing mud from there to backfill all around here. You see, around this structure, if you can see in the water there, that's a giant beaver foundation made out of mud. Where'd they get that mud? I'm thinking they grabbed it over here. The beaver's been doing some excavation. That's why that area is the only spot without grass. Because if there's not enough on the bottom to just push, they'll grab little handfuls and they'll go back and forth all night building that foundation. Now that they got the foundation, they can easily pile stuff there. But we're going to go down in the water, and we're going to try to get it flowing back in the underneath of that. That'll be pretty cool, I think. So I just want to look at the other side so we can get a little before footage, compare it to after, because I don't think we got camera number 2. Didn't expect to be out doing this today. Oh, wow. New Hampshire got to replace this pipe. It'll probably be fine for now. Damage is probably just on the end. But that is a badly damaged pipe. Look at that. The whole bottom of the pipe is just rusted out. But how far through is that rust? Okay, it's definitely not all the way through. It happens on the end first because of all the freeze and thaw cycles. But that pipe is pretty compromised. It's just going to get worse and worse. And if it's that bad on the end, it's definitely starting throughout the entire thing. And depending how well that's put in the road, like if it's backfilled with good sized rocks and gravel, it'll take a lot longer for it to erode. But if it's sand all the way down, that's when a washout can happen. Or worse, someone's driving over it, sinkhole happens. Because this is not a logging road. This is a state-owned road in New Hampshire, maintained by them, so the public is on it. It's not an at-your-own-risk road. So, let's get this thing going, too. Like I said, all the way up in here where I parked, they got it flooded, too. Look, all these trees around here were cut down by beavers. I don't even have a tripod on me today. I didn't expect to be doing this today. I don't have my work truck with me, but I do have a rake. I always carry one anywhere I go. So, is this beaver foundation stable enough to walk on, or am I just going to sink here? Let's find out. Not that bad. So we'll get this flowing a little more, and I'll show you before and after on the other side. Now, if this was close to my house, I would just come right back, like the next day with the proper stuff, but it's far away, so we'll do what we can, and we'll come back sometime in the future. Wow, this water is so cold. It's literally so cold. Because here, this area, I can't imagine how cold it would have been. This is more north than my house, and last night at my house got down to 37 degrees last night. So this area may have been one of the places they were concerned about having a very first frost of the year. Again tonight maybe. Yeah, this is like ice water, what I'm touching here. Yeah, look at all the stuff the beavers put in here. It's pretty substantial. And to think it goes all the way around underneath the bottom of it because of this big foundation. You see, as I'm pulling it out, I'm creating current, which is bringing over even more debris. Got to keep an eye out for these beavers. These were very active ones, and they were very curious last time I was here. They had no trouble coming right up to me. Yeah, this is extremely cold. Winter's coming. Won't be doing many of these much more. I gotta go show you guys their lodge, which is completely out of the water. So that makes me wonder, are they trapped yet? I don't know. They definitely weren't trapped when this was installed, because here we got beaver evidence. And you see there's still some green stuff in here. Although, it being so moist, it takes a while for that to even happen. Got a big stick, pull it out of there. I was surprised how many people actually liked watching these videos, point of view, no second camera or anything. I guess it's more like my older videos, they were all like this. I'm not using the rake because the rake wouldn't be good for this. And that just splashed mud all over me. There's so many little twigs and things that when you pull them, if they get snagged while you're ripping them out, tension's up and it throws mud at you. I have little specks of mud all over me now just from doing this. We don't have much water here, so this is gonna drop fast. Wow, that's a big piece the beavers threw in there. You can see all the stuff moving over. Every time I take a scoop here, more just comes over here, and also me walking around is stirring up more and more debris that just comes over to get sucked into it. That's kind of cool. I put my hand down and drag it to the bigger spot. It just goes right through. All right, we did good there. Let's go see how much progress we made on the other side of the road. Now here's what this side looked like before. And here's what it looks like after. That'll drain this pond down about 8 inches more before it's done. Wow, look at this side, how flooded it is. Here's what this side looked like before. And here's what it looks like after. Let's get down in there and look at the pipe. Big improvement. Here's what it looked like before. And here's what it looks like after. Pretty good. We'll get the rake on the way back. Some good debris. I don't know if the beavers are here or not. I don't know. This is compelling. This is very fresh evidence. But if we walk up the road, and I can see we're creating current in all these narrow channels. When it's flooded, it takes a while to go down, but because it's already low, all their channels that they excavate, water's moving rapidly. So there's a gigantic beaver lodge here that I'm pretty sure was not here, or not nearly this size, about a month ago when we came here. If we come in here, we can see it. Let's go down in the swamp and see if any angry beavers are home. That's a big lodge. Okay, I'm looking at it and I'm seeing it was likely here, but there's a lot of fresh stuff thrown on the top of it. Where I am right now, this was all underwater last month. Are we gonna see any angry beavers? Yeah, the beavers should just do this and then the state won't care. They're gonna end up getting trapped over that dam down there. Look, they have another dam right here with a good pond behind it. So maybe if they were smart, they built a new lodge up there and just abandoned this one. Although this, I don't remember seeing last time, but it's also not as overgrown now going into the fall. Whoa, a frog. It's a big beaver lodge here. You can tell this wasn't underwater for long. It didn't kill much grass. See these channels they make? Even with the low amount of water that's down there now, this is still here so they can go through it undetected from predators. That's why they make channels through the woods, and they can also float logs. That's how they log their forest, the beaver, and they can get it all back by floating it in their little canals. They use it for moving material. I'm looking, I don't see a lot of grass and stuff pushed over. I don't see a lot of maybe evidence of traffic. Yeah, that lodge looks like it's pretty old. But look at all the sticks just thrown up top. Just randomly thrown up top. And that's one of the most unneat beaver dams I've ever seen built. The way it's thrown up top, while the bottom part is completely sealed in grass. The bottom's a pile of sticks completely sealed with grass, but then there's another fresh pile on top. And there's one of their entrances. Yeah, this water would have to be like 3 feet deeper for that lodge there to function properly. So I doubt they're in there wide open to predators. They probably got another new one up here in this pond going up. So they better work on that dam, start making that deep. They got this whole valley in here that won't affect the road for a long time. And then the state wouldn't care. Down here, I'm noticing this current accelerate because the water downstream is dropping now. This was fun to come out here and see this. Let's make our way back. Going through the swamp. This whole area is open like this because of the beavers. At some point, they plugged that culvert back there for such a long time, it flooded and it killed every tree based on how they're all broken. They're basically just sticks. It must have been at least 20 years ago, the first time they ever started doing this. Thankfully, there's no ticks anymore this late in the year that I've been seeing. We're just plowing our way through the pine. This is so thick. This pine is not the way I came through before. It's good to see how lush the trees are. It smells really good. What's on the other side of the road? It's pretty open. I know when I was driving in, there was beavers on this side. But what about here at this point? All looks like prime beaver habitat. This is where the water we drained is heading, and there is a beaver pond up here. Okay, it's been maybe 15-20 minutes since we unclogged this. You can already see a rapid decrease. This water's going away fast. Rapid decrease from before. Here's what this area looked like when we first started. Yep, we lost a good amount. A lot of these areas, these grass was a lot more underwater. And you can see over here the darker area in the mud where there was water before we started. So, beavers live up there. I'm pretty sure there's like a secondary pond up there, or now it's probably a primary pond. They're probably having to build a new lodge quickly before winter sets in. And I hope today's video is interesting, everybody. Thanks for watching and have a great day.